So, South Carolina's star player from their first game against Michigan, where they struggled to win, Chloe Kitts, is out for their game today. So you can see right here from South Carolina. And look, this hasn't made any difference. It looked like it was at the start. Like, man, NC State were looking good in the first half, but like South Carolina are killing them right now. Like Sanaya Rivers with 4 points. Not good for someone that's like one of their biggest games, projected to be a first-round draft pick. But for South Carolina, this is what happens when you play your best player, Dawn Staley. This is what happens when you play Malaysia Fulwiley. This is what happens when you play your best player. She gives you 18 points on 13 shots. As she just misses one. Who would have ever guessed? Who would have ever guessed that playing her best player was going to work instead of letting her ride the bench against Michigan when they almost blew it? But I will say it, like, this is something that a lot of people are kind of annoyed to see. You can see here, fell for airing out of business. This should have been private, and I actually kind of don't agree with that, in my opinion, because one, this is where rumors start if it's not kind of like stopped. And I will say this, like, look, I've never been a D1 level college athlete. Obviously. I've never been that. But like, it is not easy to get a degree while basically working another full-time job. Being a D1 college athlete is essentially a full-time job. So I have so much respect for anyone that's able to get a degree and keep up with all their classes while doing that. Like, I worked YouTube, as you can see with the plaques by my head. I worked YouTube as a full-time job during my undergrad, and like, I'm someone that should have been doing well, like getting close to A's. Like in Ireland, if you get 60% in all your exams in Ireland, you're pretty good. Like, it's just the way college is graded. It's graded completely differently. Like an A is 70 and it's near impossible. And like, I studied maths, which was a hard undergrad, and it was like, I struggled. So I don't think it's the biggest issue in the world, like if a player ends up falling behind. Because like, look, the rules are the rules. If a player falls behind, they catch up with their work. It's fine. It's an issue for a young person. But like, what the problem is when nobody says anything, and that's where the rumor starts of like, oh, Angel Reese has a 1 point whatever GPA, like last year when I think she graduated, which means it's at least, well, it's higher than that. But and again, for these players that they're probably going to be looking to play pro basketball, like Chloe Kitts is someone that I think is going to be almost certainly drafted in 2026. Like, she's one of the best players on the best team in the nation. Or, well, the number one ranked team in the nation. But yeah. It is very early in the season to be seeing this. And look, if there are any academic issues, the fact that it's happening now and not later on in the year, like, you would hope that like any issues now are sorted for a couple of games and she's back playing and does well and gets a degree. Because let's look again, it's not easy to get a college degree in the first place. Maybe I'm looking at this from a very different perspective, because it's not easy to get a college degree in Ireland. And to be doing that while playing D1 college ball is tough. But yeah, like, and you can even see from the way Dawn Staley's saying it, like here in this, it's basically just a mention from Dawn herself. While she's unable to play, we're incredibly proud of her progress. So I'm guessing it's just maybe a couple of some grades not quite as high, and I really don't mind them sharing this, because if you just say as she's been suspended for a game, no one really knows anything. But and there's probably a difference between, oh look, I don't know. But obviously, with the whole Angel Reese situation last year, it's not going to be good. And like, look, social media is social media. social media, when South Carolina fans probably laughed at Angel Reese last year, SEC rivals, it's going to go back. But look, it's game 2. It's game 2, and South Carolina are going to win almost certainly without her. If South Carolina blow this one, I don't even know if they somehow manage to blow this one. But they're going to go and win it. And Chloe Kitts is going to be a big, big player for South Carolina. And talking about South Carolina, though, how long until Raven Johnson's offense is bad enough that she has to be taken off because of her defense? Because, like, it's so... I've never seen a player who's so good on defense... Actually, what am I talking about? Andre Roberson existed. That's so good on defense and so bad on offense. Like, she is... Like, you need Raven Johnson. Like, if you're South Carolina, Raven Johnson is an extremely important player for your team. Like, you realistically... You need her. You need her. And she is, like, from what I've seen from bits of this game, she's done a lot of good on the court. But, like, surely having a point guard that you have to guard is beneficial. And it's one of those things where it's like, I really do hope that Caitlin Clark manages, or not Caitlin Clark, geez, Raven Johnson manages to pick up the offense, because, like, she is a player that you just bring into every single college or every single WNBA game and be like, look, if we're getting cooked, you're coming on. If we're getting cooked, you're coming on. Like, coaches needing to know how to use her. But, like, she's just so bad on offense. So bad. Like, she can pass it pretty well. She can, she rebounds well. She is a dog on defense. But it's like, I'm sorry, you can't just keep bringing Full Wiley off the bench. She's absolutely exceptional. And Pow Pow, look, Pow Pow is better than Raven Johnson. She just is. And I understand there's two sides of the ball. But it's easier. It's easier to hide a bad defender than it is to hide a bad offensive player. But, yeah, South Carolina, they're going to be good. Like, realistically, you're going to have, when everyone's healthy, Watkins is going to start. If Chloe Kitts is playing like if she continues to play like she played in that first game, like the two of them kind of can go and play at that 4-5 combo, because, again, like, Chloe Kitts was so good. Like, what she have? Was it like 20 and 14 or something? Like, she had 19 and 14 boards, which is so impressive. And again, like, it's not like she's an out-and-out center. Like, she's 6'2", she can play the 4. And she can kind of shoot the 3 ball. But, like, Raven Johnson is literally averaging, like, 2 points a game in college right now. So, for the season. Either way, it's going to be an interesting one. South Carolina are having what looks to be a statement win. Like, NC State are a good team. No Chloe Kitts, first game for Ashlyn Watkins, and it's been a blowout since about halfway through the second quarter, and they've just been playing good. And this is a statement victory for a South Carolina team who really got lucky and almost got beaten by a 18-year-old in their first game.